Most first-time buyers in Charlotte aren't losing homes because they can't afford them. They're losing homes because they skipped one of the 5 steps I'm about to show you. And by the time they figured it out, someone else was already sitting at the closing table signing paperwork. I'm giving you the exact roadmap I walk every single one of my buyers through, from the first conversation to the moment those keys hit your hand. And if you stick around for step 3, I'm breaking down the down payment assistance programs that could put $10, $20, even $30,000 toward your down payment. This ain't clickbait. It's not a typo. I'm talking real money that most buyers never hear about because nobody tells them. You do not need 20% down to buy a home in Charlotte. You do not need perfect credit, and you definitely do not need to figure this out alone. But if you skip even one of these steps, you will either overpay, lose the home, or never make it to closing, period. Now let's jump into it. I'm Evie DeJesus, Charlotte Realtor with eXp Realty. I specialize in first-time home buyers, relocation clients, and new construction. And I walk people through this process every single week. What I'm about to give you is worth a full consultation. So make sure you save this video and send it to someone who needs it. Now let's talk about step 1, because this is where most people mess up before they even start. Most people think the first step is scrolling Zillow at midnight, looking at homes you can't stop thinking about. Been there. But that's not step 1. Step 1 is knowing your number. The median single family home price in Charlotte right now is around $415,000. And I already know what you're thinking. Evie, I don't have 80 grand sitting in the bank for 20% down. Good news. You don't need it. That 20% down myth is the single biggest lie in real estate, and it stops people before they even get started. Here's the reality. FHA loans can go as low as 3.5% down with a credit score around 580. Conventional loans can go as low as 3% down with a score around 620. These are general guidelines. Your specific situation determines exactly what you qualify for. But here's the thing. Your credit score isn't just a number on a screen. It's the key that unlocks which programs you can access, what interest rate you'll get, and how much buying power you actually have. Higher score, better rate, more options. Score needs some work. That conversation needs to happen now, not after you fall in love with a house that you can't get approved for. Make sense? That's why the very first move is talking to a lender. Get pre-approved, know your number, because in this market, without that letter in hand, you're not a buyer. You're a spectator watching other people close on homes you could have had. Step 2, and people underestimate this one every single time. Before you tour a single home, you need 2 people locked in, a great lender and a great local agent. You need someone who knows Charlotte, who knows the neighborhoods, the resale inventory, the new construction communities, the builders. And this is key, how to negotiate on your behalf no matter what type of home you're buying. Whether you're looking at a resale home, a townhome, a condo, or even new construction, each one of those transactions works differently. The right agent knows the difference and knows how to protect you in each one. Now, here's something that surprises a lot of first-time buyers, but I like to be transparent. See, under the current real estate landscape, compensation is something we must discuss upfront so there are no surprises. You'll know exactly what you are agreeing to before we ever step foot in a home. What I can tell you is this. Having an experienced agent in your corner means having someone reviewing contracts, negotiating repairs, coordinating inspections, staying in constant communication with your lender, and guiding you through every single decision point. Going through this process without that, especially as a first-time buyer, that's a gamble I wouldn't take. Would you? So build your team first and then start looking. All right, this is the part I told you to stay for. Step 3, let's talk about money. Most buyers don't even know that is on the table. Charlotte has assistance programs that can completely change the math on your home purchase. But here's the catch. They have eligibility requirements, funding limits, and they're first come, first served. When the money's gone, it's gone. So pay attention. First up, the House Charlotte program administered by Dream Key Partners on behalf of the city of Charlotte. This program offers 0% interest, deferred, forgivable loans that can be used toward your down payment, closing costs, or even buying down your interest rate. Here's how the assistance breaks down based on your household income. If your household earns above 80% but up to 110% of the area median income, AMI, you may qualify for up to $10,000. Now, if you earn at or below 80% of AMI, you may qualify for up to 30,000. And if you're a City of Charlotte employee who meets the income requirements, you could be eligible for up to $80,000 in assistance. Let me say that again, up to $80,000. Now, there are requirements. The home must be located within the City of Charlotte limits. You must be a first-time home buyer per HUD's definition, meaning you have owned a home in the past 3 years. The maximum purchase price is $365,000 for both new construction and on existing homes. And you'll need to complete 8 hours of home buyer education through a HUD-approved agency. These loans are deferred, meaning no monthly payment, and forgivable after 15 or 30 years, depending on the amount, as long as you stay in the home and meet the program terms. The program also includes what they call community heroes. That's law enforcement officers, pre-K through 12th grade public school employees, firefighters, EMTs, and healthcare workers. Same program, same income-based tiers. If you serve your community, this could be your path to home ownership. But remember, reservations are first come, first served. DreamKey Partners issues a maximum of 20 reservations per month, and funding is not guaranteed. You need a lender who knows this program inside and out and can move very, very quickly. Next, the North Carolina First Home Advantage down payment through the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. This one right here provides $15,000 in down payment assistance structured as a 0% interest deferred second mortgage. And here's the best part. It's forgiven after 15 years if you stay in the home. Now, to qualify, you need to be a first-time home buyer, a military veteran, or purchasing in a targeted census tract. You'll need to use a North Carolina Home Advantage mortgage through an approved lender. You must meet income limits, currently up to $152,000, and you got to meet price limits, which are now up to $495,000, depending on the loan type. Now, the minimum credit score is 640. This program is available in all 100 North Carolina counties. So even if you're looking outside of Charlotte City limits, this one might still work for you. And if you really want to stack your options, there's also the Community Partners Loan Pool, or CLPL-LP, through the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. This one right here can provide up to 25% of the home's purchase price, not to exceed $50,000, as a 0% interest deferred loan. And yes, this can be combined with House Charlotte if you qualify for both. We're talking about real money, real programs, real paths to homeownership, but none of it matters if you don't take the first step. The very first call you should be making is to a lender who knows these programs and can tell you exactly what you qualify for. Don't wait. All right, let's move on to step 4. We get to the part everyone wants to rush into, and that's looking at homes. The fun part, right? But before you open up that first door, I need you to hear this. There are needs and there are wants. Know the difference. Needs are non-negotiable. Location relative to work, the number of bedrooms, the school zone, the budget. These drive your home search. Wants are the quartz countertop, the open floor plan, the big backyard. Those are great. I love a nice kitchen too, but they cannot drive your decision if they push you outside of what makes financial sense. You with me? Now here's the good news for first-time buyers right now. Inventory in Charlotte is up about 19% compared to last year. You have more options today than buyers had 2 years ago. Homes are averaging around 70 days on market. That means you have time to think, compare, and be strategic. But don't confuse a normalizing market with a slow one. Well-priced homes in desirable areas are still moving. The opportunity is real, but so is hesitation. So if you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll watch someone else close on your home. So stay ready, stay pre-approved, and trust your agent when the right one shows up. Now on to step 5. You found it, the one. Now what? This is where precision matters and where the right agent changes your outcome completely. Writing a competitive offer is strategy. It's not just filling in a number on a page. Right now, homes in Charlotte are selling between 95 and 98% of their asking price. That means sellers are negotiating. Buyers have more leverage than they've had in years. But knowing how to use that leverage on price, closing costs, repairs, or timing is what separates a good deal from a great one. Your agent structures that offer, presents it strategically, and negotiates on your behalf so you're not leaving money on the table. And once you're under contract, do not skip the inspection. And I mean this. Get an independent licensed inspector in that home immediately. Find out exactly what you're buying. A thorough inspection protects you from costly surprises and gives you negotiating power if issues come up. This is not optional. This is essential. After the inspection comes the appraisal. Your lender orders it to confirm the home's value supports your loan. If it comes in low, your agent handles that conversation with the seller. Then you move into clear to close, final documents, final walkthrough, and then closing day. That's the day you sign. You wire your funds, and those keys finally hit your hand. When you've done this process right, with the right team and the right preparation, it feels exactly the way it should. Like everything you worked for just showed up. If you're a first-time buyer in Charlotte and you've been thinking about this for months, maybe even years, here's what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, right now. Click on the link in the description and book a free strategy call with me. This one conversation could be the difference between owning a home in 2026 or watching someone else close on the home that you wanted. I work with lenders across the Charlotte area who specialize in first-time homebuyer programs and down payment assistance. I'll connect you with the right one for your situation. You can call or text or use the links in the description to connect. And please subscribe so you don't miss a single video. Every week, I'm bringing you the real Charlotte market. And if you happen to know someone who needs to see this, send it to them right now. This might be the thing that finally gets them moving. You know how to reach me? Use those links, and I'll see you in the next video.